back inside of Raid Shadow Legends, continuing our journey for Estrid. And right now, there's not a lot going on for Estrid. We have the Dungeon Divers ending soon, which we already completed that in the last video. We have Artifact Enhancement, which just started, so we got some time on that. I'm not overly worried about that, but one tournament started that kind of sparked my fancy, and as you saw from the thumbnail and the title, we're going to kind of focus on today, the Dragon Tournament. We got to get 2250 on the points, and that's not too hard to do. We got energy. We've been saving energy for this. It's not too bad. And then after the Dragon Tournament, the only thing we really need energy for is the Ice Golem Tournament. Classic Arena's easy, Summon Rush, all that stuff. Like, we have Dungeon Divers, but I'm pretty sure there's extra fragments in here. We might not even have to do that last Dungeon Diver and Artifact Enhancement. So really, if we do the Ice Golem, we'll be good. But I want to talk about the different dungeons here, and by the time this video comes out, you guys might already be done with this. I think this will be good for the future. Should you farm like these kind of events on like stage 20, which that's where I like to farm a lot of these events. I usually have a fast team for it. Again, my account's a little bit further, but the energy's only 16 and you can knock these out really quickly. Or should you come over to the hard side and farm it there? That's what we're going to be talking about here today. So the main difference here is on the hard side, you have a chance at mythical artifacts. And I think the big factor here, the energy is not a big deal. It will add up over time. It's 4 more energy per run, but that's not really the big thing. I think the issue with hard, if you're trying to complete this event quickly, is the time. You notice here, our best time is 2:42. So this is going to be a 3-minute dungeon for me, whereas if we go normal, we can get it done in about a minute, probably about a minute 20 on average. So it's almost 3 times as long to run this on hard. And even previously, we had the Spider Tournament, which my Spider 20 is 10 to 12 seconds, which is insanely fast. And on hard, I can't even get past stage 7, let alone that kind of speed. So for like Spider, it makes so much sense for me just to complete an event, complete a tournament using stage 20. And something like Fire Knight, I have a really quick stage 20. I haven't even progressed the rest of Fire Knight because I have to rebuild some of my champions for it. And maybe that's what I'll do with the Artifact Enhancement, is rebuild some champions. Now, Ice Golem's a little bit different for me. It's kind of similar to my Dragon. My stage 20 is about a minute 14, so probably on average a minute and a half. On hard, my stage 10 is about 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes 30. So when it's an Ice Golem tournament, I don't mind farming stage 10. The energy, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more. The chance to get those mythical items is just so nice. And I think one of the big things here is, like, are you willing to put in that effort on the hard? Is it even worth it? The chance to drop mythicals is pretty low, to be honest with you. And if you're Dragon or like you're hard, if you're not even to 10, yeah, you can run the lower stages, but say your stage takes like 7 minutes, it's probably not worth it for a tournament. I mean, this is my Dragon 20. I don't remember if this is the right team. One of these teams goes faster, but this is my Dragon 20, and we can get it down, and I know there's no chance of fail. I'm pretty sure on my Dragon hard 10, there's a little bit of a chance for fail, so there is a little give and take with it. We might potentially waste some energy, but with the Dragon 20, I know I can run this out and, you know, minute 20, minute 30, depending on how that second wave goes. The second wave always holds me up. Depending on how that second wave goes, I'm going to get it done. We're going to get those nice rewards, and we're going to be able to progress really quickly. I think I might have been running a Lysandra lead on this. I don't remember 100%, but it might have been a Lysandra lead just to control the turn meter. Sierra is in there just to control the waves, just take the waves out. We got Ghostborn in there for defense down, attack up, and then Coldheart is going to be the nuker along with Royal Guard, just nuking those waves as well. So that's kind of what this team does on stage 20. It's really solid. Some of these champions aren't too hard to get. There are Legos, but this is my Dragon 20 stage that's really, really consistent. Whether I'm using Lysandra or Elva, I think it's about the same, give or take like 10 seconds. So it's kind of interchangeable as far as that goes. Now, my Dragon 10 team, I've been playing with it a little bit, but I've gotten this team kind of where I want. I've played with other champions in here and tried to speed it up a little bit, but then it just gets out of whack, gets inconsistent. You got Geo in there for the HP burn, obviously. You got Krisk in there along with Altreon just to help with some defensive stuff. Elva in there for some speed and revive just in case. Sometimes Krisk goes down for some reason. He's built like an absolute tank, but sometimes he goes down. And then obviously we have Seer in there for the just wave clearing. She's just crowd control in here. So this team, again, a little bit slower, but I've got it dialed in. It will miss every once in a while. Just, I don't know why. Sometimes something gets out of whack and everyone just goes kaput, but it's very rare. So I feel really comfortable running this Dragon Hard 10 and having that chance at the mythical, especially when it's speed boosted. Like if you saw, the speed sets are boosted for drops. The chance to get a speed mythical just really gets me excited. If you're trying to play like arena, I mean, really, if you're trying to play anywhere in the game, a little bit later in the game, you need speed. Everything comes down to speed, whether it's speed tuning, getting your teams to go faster, whether you're trying to win an arena, it all comes down to speed. So having speed set boosted, I'm personally going to complete this event on Dragon Hard 10. If your account is in a different location than mine, you're a little bit more mid-game. I consider myself like mid to late game, kind of like entering that late game phase where I have a lot of these dungeons done. I'm kind of getting done with the faction crypts, so I'm kind of progressing pretty nicely, but there are still some areas where I struggle. But for Dragon 10, I feel really comfortable with this team. I feel really good. This is the wave that it's always weird, but once Seer gets back around, she gets her ability unlocked. I was using that champion. Oh, what's this? The rare champion where he decreases the cooldown. Not Painkeeper, but there's another one. I do use her from time to time. It works out really nicely, but this is actually a slower one. We usually get through the waves in about a minute, so this is a little bit of a slower run. I'm assuming that Seer's crowd clear kind of got out of whack. Yeah, this is going to be a slow run for sure. But once we get to the dragon, it's pretty good. Like I said, sometimes Chris gets taken out, but for the most part, it's solid. So even this run here at 352, a slower run, it's still fine. It's very consistent. You saw the like little time lapse there. Sell that, definitely sell that. So that's why I'm gonna run this dragon event on Dragon Hard 10. We're gonna run it out. We're gonna see what we can get through here, and it should be pretty good for me. But what I'm trying to get at in this video is where you run your dungeons kind of depends on where your account is. If you're not even into the hard, obviously you're gonna be running to the 20s, you know? I had to take some time and just progress some of these dungeons. As you saw, my Fire Knight is not there. During the last Ice Golem event, I just got into the hard 10. Spider event, like I'm struggling to get, or Spider, I'm trying to get to 20, hard 10, and I just can't get there, so I farm it on 20. So that's kind of what I'm saying with this one, is just kind of go with what makes sense for your account. I'm going to turn multi-battle on. We're going to let this run for a little bit. We'll come back at it, and we'll just see how we are as far as points goes. I think we should be pretty good. 45 battles. It'll take a little bit. Maybe I'll let it run overnight, but I think we'll be good. All right, guys, those 45 runs are done. Let's see if it was worth it. We got a lot of legendary gear in here, but only one piece of mythical, and it's a 5-star Avenging set, and it's not even that great. Accuracy, HP, honestly, it's a sell. It's a sell. Let's go through some of this gear real quick. I don't know, that's a lot of gear. 45, it's gonna be 90 pieces of gear. Yeah, maybe I'll just scan these out. If there's any highlights, I'll let you know. All right, guys, so out of that gear, this is what I'm keeping, and some of this is even questionable. I could probably get rid of some of this. We got Avenging Helm with the attack HP percent with crit damage. I don't know, I feel like that might come in useful. Honestly, it's probably a piece I could sell. There was some stuff I was kind of like borderline, I could probably get rid of. I got these defense boosts with speed, just because I was looking for a pair of these the other day. These aren't the most amazing, but with the speed set, I was looking for a pair of these the other day. Defense boots with speed, substat. I'm keeping those. This lifesteal is actually solid, even though it's only 5-star HP attack with speed and accuracy. Might be great for Rhodos. I think my Rhodos is still built in lifesteal. I just need speed boots, so I'm keeping any speed boots. We got a lot of flat rolls on a lot of our gear, unfortunately, so a lot of stuff went in the bin. Defense, accuracy here. This is actually a really nice piece if we get some really good rolls on it. That could be really, really good, so we're definitely going to keep that. Always need some crit damage gloves. These have crit rate with accuracy and speed. Like those could be god tier gloves if they roll right. We'll have to see how that goes. And then these ones, for some reason, I was looking for an attack percent glove, and I don't remember why. These have crit rate and speed and HP on them, so I'm going to keep those just in case I need them. So didn't keep a lot. Let's go back here. 45 runs. Let's see how we did in the tournament with those 45 runs. I'm not expecting it to be done, but it should be pretty close. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So I'll probably just keep on working through there. So you can see there, the mythical rates, we did 45 runs. It's like, what, 1 in 45, so almost 1 in 50, almost 2 in 100. That's tough. That's tough. Well, actually, no, I guess that was 90. So it's like 1 out of 90 pieces of gear, 1 out of 90 drops. That's kind of tough, guys. That's kind of tough. We do get the final thing there on Dungeon Divers, so I'm glad we got that taken care of. And there we go. So should you run hard or should you run normal? Really, it's up to you. Was there much benefit to running those hard stages? I don't know, probably not. Could have probably got them done a lot faster, probably a third of the time, and probably got about the same gear. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say here, guys. Kind of hard to say. Use your best judgment on it. I just like the chance at the mythicals. I'm at the point where I want some high-end, some really legendary gear. So that's why I'm going to run these, and that's why I'm going to finish the event in this. You guys make your own decision based on your own. Let me know. Do you prefer running normal? Do you prefer running hard? For the events, normal is probably the way to go if you want to just get it done real quick. If you're pressed for time, I think running normal is the way to go. But if you're after that gear, might be worth running on hard. I just want some mythical speed boots. Speed set, speed primary stat. Just give it to me once. I just want some mythical speed gear. Just give it to me one time, Raid Shadow Legends. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Again, if you want to download the game, QR code's right up there. Links down there in the description. So make sure you guys check that out. I really appreciate you watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.